So, today, similar as several years ago, I'm doing an unboxing, and I'm not saying what it is. Except to say, having started my collection of Carl Jung books in 2017 with Answer to Job, and then later uploading a video, an unboxing of Jung's Red book. After I'd read, well, I got the facsimile edition. I've got most of Jung's books, and this represents the final book in the collected works of C.G. Jung for me to collect. Now, I always note that there are actually 21 books, 21 physical books, 20 volumes. Volume 9 is split into two, divided across two separate physical books. Archetypes in the Collective Unconscious and Ion. Further, numbered volumes 19 and 20 are an index and a general bibliography. So if you just want the main content, you go from volumes 1 through 18. Volumes 1 through 18, with 9 being 2 books, so it's a total of 19 physical books. And here we have Psychology and Religion, West and East, shipped from New Jersey, Princeton University Press. Which is coincidental in just the numbers and the contents of the works that I've bought, that this being the last of the collected works that I've final one before the index and general bibliography, which I may not ever get. This one contains the book that was the first Carl Jung book that I ever bought and read, being Answer to Job. Pre-Christian Parallels, Babylonia. Psychological Approach to the Dogma of the Trinity. The Autonomy of the Psychology and Religion, West and East. Father, Son, and Spirit. Now that might be one. Now that's just that's a singular, that's a part, but, oops. Part 2. And the main essay, A Psychological Approach to the Dogma of the Trinity. Introduction, okay, so 212, 217, oh wait, 112, pardon me, and 117, 129, 138. I'm going to be curious to find out if there's any, I'm sure it's possibly on this page if I just read all the words, without just skimming it for the video. I'd imagine there's something in here about Judaism and Islam. Answer to Job, of course. 355, 357. Answer to Job, 365. Part 2, Eastern Religion. And there's the forward to the I Ching, so that's interesting. Yoga in the West. So these parts of the sections, well, it says part 2 and then portions, sub-volumes, or volumes within the books, or sub-parts. I don't even know how you would describe these numbers. I'm not a book section connoisseur. I'm not a major book creator. Part 1, Western Religion. Now, of course, unlike Carl Jung's Red book, facsimile, there isn't a whole volume, like a mass, hundreds of pages of diagrams to enjoy visually as we flip slowly through the book. But I will say that there's a book, an essay on the Tibetan Book of the Dead. An answer to Job. Answer to Job's final paragraph, final chapter rather, chapter 20, I actually read for the YouTube channel. Chapter 20. It's very short. Chapter 20 being one long paragraph. But the indwelling of the Holy Ghost, the third divine person in man, brings about a Christification of many, and the question then arises whether these many are all complete God-men. Such a transformation would lead to insufferable collisions between them, to say nothing of the unavoidable inflation to which the ordinary mortal, who is not freed from original sin, would instantly succumb. In these circumstances, it is well to remind ourselves of St. Paul and his split consciousness. On the one side, he felt he was the apostle directly called and enlightened by God, and on the other side, a sinful man who could not pluck out the thorn in the flesh and rid himself of the satanic angel who plagued him. That is to say, even the enlightened person remains what he is and is never more than his own limited ego before the One who dwells within him, whose form has no knowable boundaries, who encompasses him on all sides, fathomless as the abysms of the earth and vast as the sky. It's what a way to end. It's so very melodious and lyrical there, but it's very loud and shouting and thoughtful and oscillates between two poles, that writing of Answer to Job. Psychology in the East, and a paperback, and Answer to Job, extracted paperback, one of many that I have from the collected works. And now, there we go.